Julie Ryan, noted psychic and medical intuitive, is ready to answer your personal questions, even those you never knew you could ask. For more than 20 years, as she's developed and refined her intuitive skills, Julie used her knowledge as a successful inventor and businesswoman to help others. Now, she wants to help you grow, heal, and get the answers you've been longing to hear. Do you have a question for someone who's transitioned? Do you have a medical issue? What about your pet's health or behavior? Perhaps you have a loved one who's close to death and you'd like to know what's happening. Are you on the path to fulfill your life's purpose? No matter where you are in the world, take a journey to the other side and ask Julie Ryan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted you could join us this evening. It is the last day in November of 2017. It's November 30th. And I don't know about your house, but the Christmas decorations are in the process of going up. Our trees are up. A lot of the other stuff's up. We had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you did too. And my husband and I just finished dinner, and one of my favorite things I get to look at every day and every evening when we're eating dinner, and that is kind of a sofa table behind my couch in our great room, and it has all of my son Jonathan's Santa pictures on it, all of his pictures when he was little with Santa. And then it has this big ceramic Father Time. Father Christmas is who he is. He's got a bag on his back with a bunch of toys, but he looks like Father Time. And the reason I bought him, I got him last year, I'm so thrilled to have him. He's about 3 feet tall, and he's made out of ceramics. He's a sculpture. And he has these really pretty blue eyes. I'm going to take a picture of it, and I'll put it up online, and you guys can see it. But the reason why I loved him so much is because when I see people's spirit guides, they all look like Father Time to me, different versions of Father Time. And when I say Father Time, picture Dumbledore in the Harry Potter movies or the guy Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings movies. Long white hair, long white beard, different shapes and sizes. And then when I go to the individual spirit guides, then they'll morph into whatever the person looked like at the lifetime that they were living in. But I saw this sculpture last year, and I just thought, oh, I need to have this guy. And he went on my Santa table with Jonathan. So I know you all have things that you love at Christmas time, too. And I love going to people's houses and seeing what their special decorations are. So back to reality, after Thanksgiving. And now we're jumping into the Christmas season, especially starting tomorrow. And so we've got several people who've joined us already on the phones, and I believe our first caller is Kim. So let's go right to Kim. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm actually just leaving my husband's wake from his viewing, so I feel a little bit more at peace than I did on Friday.
Oh, geez. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Eugene, Oregon.
Okay.
Beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful, the Emerald City.
Oh, I've never been there, but I've heard it's gorgeous. Well, I'm so sorry. Gorgeous. I'm so sorry. My condolences on the loss of your husband.
Thank you so much.
How can I help you? How may I help you this evening? Get through all this and just kind of navigate these waters that you're going in right now. I'm sure you're exhausted and just kind of in action mode, I would imagine, right now.
Right. My husband committed suicide on Friday, and I came home from work. And found him. And like I said, I'm at the wake right now. And what I'm really struggling with is, because it was a suicide, is his spirit gone from here, and has he been taken up, or is he still struggling here and still trying to deal with his emotions at the time of his death, which was a lot of physical pain and that type of stuff. I have a sense that he's still here, and I want him to go and, cross the bridge and to finally be at peace.
Right. Right. What's his name, Kim?
Jay.
Jay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to you, if you're okay with this, and then I'm going to, through you, I'll connect to him. And let's talk to him.
Okay.
And
let's talk to him.
what he has to say. I believe that he's already in heaven, and I believe that his spirit is around you all the time. That's why you feel like he's still around you, because he is. He's just a non-physical now. And
okay.
And when we die, what my experience has been is that we're made in the image and likeness of God in spirit form. Most people think that we're made in the image and likeness of God, and God, speaking of Father Time, looks like a version of Father Time. And what I see is that God is just energy, and we're all energy as well. We're spirits having a human experience in a human body. And when our bodies die, our spirits leave our bodies. But it allows us to be in non-physical form and be around those we love all at the same time, regardless of where you are.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, is connect to you and then connect to Jay through you. And then let's see if we can get some questions answered. Okay.
Yes,
so here we go. What I do, Kim, is I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit. When our spirits are out of our bodies, we vibrate at a faster rate simply because our body has mass. So I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit. I've learned how to do this. Anybody can do it. You just got to learn how to do it. And so I'm going to close my eyes. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to watch a laser beam go from my body here in the deep south, and it's going to go up and hook into you in Eugene. All right?
Okay.
And then I imagine that Jay is most likely already next to you because he knows we're talking about you. But if he's not, we'll call him in, and he'll be right there. Okay, so here we go. It just takes me a nanosecond to get to you. All right, laser beam's heading northwest. Got you. Yeah, he's standing right to your right shoulder. Okay, so have you passed? Are you in heaven? Yes. He said he immediately went to heaven. He was carried by angels. Kim, when you get a minute, go on my website, AskJulieRyan.com, and there are graphics on there called the 12 Phases of Transition. And it's how when we die or when our loved ones die, we're all surrounded by angels and our deceased loved ones and the spirits of our deceased pets. And it's those 12 phases everybody goes through, and they're different configurations of how the spirits are and angels are positioned around them. And I've seen people go through this in a second, in an instant, and I've seen people go through these 12 stages in days, weeks, months. All right?
Okay.
So your husband went through all of them. He just went through all of them really quickly, very quickly. But he was carried to heaven by angels. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I don't edit anything I get, Kim. I'm just the messenger, and I feel like, who in the heck am I to decide what you need to hear? He's telling me that he's sorry he had to go that way, but he had to get out of there. He said, I had to get out of here. Does that make sense?
I understand that. Yes, I understand that.
Okay. Did you say he was in a lot of pain before?
Yes.
Okay. Was he sick?
He had just had surgery, and yes, he was in a lot of, not pain from cancer, but pain from a leg surgery and nerve damage injury and that type of thing.
Okay. All right. Questions for him?
Is he angry? Is he still angry at his family? He had walked away from his family.
Nope.
No?
Nope. That came out even before your question was out, all the way, Kim. And here's how this works. When we die or when one of our loved ones die, all that emotion stuff, all that drama stays with the body. Because everybody's spirit, including Jay's, is all pure love and light. And there's nothing that we perceive to be a negative emotion or a negative personality trait in another human. None of that goes with the spirit. So all that drama and all that anger and whatever all stays with the body. It's just all part of the caricature that we choose to play in this lifetime. Does that make sense?
Yes. I'm afraid to stay at the house because it happened in our driveway. And
oh, I bet.
I feel like I don't want to be afraid, but should I be afraid because he's there?
Well, he's with you everywhere you are and can be with you everywhere you are. Yeah. Yeah. So so that can be, it doesn't really matter where you are because his spirit's with you.
In a good sense.
Yeah, there's nothing negative.
Okay.
All the thing about scary spirits and hauntings and all that jazz, it's all made up by people trying to control the masses over the years, and then it's just been magnified by the publishing industry and the Hollywood industry. To scare people at movies and stuff. None of that stuff exists. There are no evil spirits. There's nothing evil about anybody in spirit form. It's just energy. It's like looking at fog. And I know you've seen a Star Trek TV show or a movie at some point in your life, right, where they're saying, "Beam me up, Scotty," and they turn the people into kind of a hologram of themselves to get them to a different planet or a different spaceship or whatever. That's what spirits look like. They're just, imagine clear fog, and they look like a hologram of the person when they were alive, is what I see.
Can I ask, did he send me a message? There was a message with a sheet of music, and there was a message with a tabletop that just broke right in half. For no reason, just yesterday. Was that a message from him?
He said, he's telling me it wasn't a message. He says he's trying to remember how to control his energy. So when we're in non-physical, before we're born, and then we come into a physical body, obviously the body has mass, and so our energy slows down. And so when we're in non-physical, we can manifest things immediately just with a thought. So when we go back into non-physical, when we die, sometimes there's kind of a ramping back up, getting your skills back ramped up when you get back into non-physical. And so he's saying that's what happened there. He's sorry if it scared you. Was the sheet of music of a song that you loved in particular?
No.
Okay.
It was something that, I'm sorry, it was something that was familiar to him, but it had like a poignant message to me when I saw it.
Okay. I thought he said you loved it. Maybe he said he loved it. Did he love that song?
He loved it, yes.
Yeah. So that's what came in first, was that you loved it, but maybe I misheard it, but it was something about somebody loving it. So do you want to ask him a question about it?
I was just wondering if that was a sign from him, because the lyrics on that song indicated that he wasn't afraid to die. Mm-hmm. And that gave me a little bit of peace, because I thought the way that he went was so much anger and pain and all of that, and I was feel quite a bit of guilt about not realizing how much pain he was actually in, and maybe I could have done more to try to help him with that. So I wonder if he feels that I could have done more.
Okay, several answers to your questions as you were just talking. First of all, was that a message? Absolutely. Second of all, he decided when he went, how he went, where he went, all of that. He's telling me it was the fastest way for him to go. And we all decide when we go, where we go, what time we go, how we go. all of that. So there isn't anything that anybody else can do for any of us when we decide we want to go. We all think we do, but we don't have that much power.
Right.
So he said he decided it was time to go. And that was the fastest, easiest way for him to go.
Okay, I understand that. Does he like what I just left for him? In the funeral?
He does, but he says it's all for you and the family. What I find is that when people have transitioned back into the spirit form or the non-physical form, all of this stuff that we do, all the wake and the funeral and all that jazz, it's all for the living. He's already in nirvana. He's already in heaven. It doesn't get any better than where he is. So all of that to help you and the family grieve.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So does
he have any more messages for me?
Let me ask him. Some about red flowers.
Red flowers.
Red flowers. Do you have a thing for red flowers? Are you using red flowers? Something about red flowers. He's showing me red flowers. He's showing me red flowers that look like, okay, he's telling me. When you don't live in Eugene, right? You live in the Bay Area. I could tell by your area code number.
That's where my daughter lives.
Okay, where are you?
I live in Eugene.
Okay. Do they have Trader Joe's in Eugene?
Yes.
Okay, go to Trader Joe's. They have these amaryllis Christmas flowers in the amaryllis bulb. I know you've seen them throughout your life. They've got them dipped in wax, and you don't have to do anything to them. I've got them all over my house, and they're like $5 a piece. And you just put them on a table or put them in a pot or anything. You don't even have to water them, and they grow, and they have double amaryllis blooms. He's showing me red amaryllis. So, okay, so he wants you to go get some of those, and they, you can get them anywhere. Home Depot has them, whatever. But I like them from Trader Joe's because they're in these wax balls, and you don't have to do anything to them. He's saying get a red amaryllis and put it in your house, and use that as just a remembrance that he's always with you. He's showing me this red amaryllis.
Okay.
Okay.
I will do that.
Yeah, 2 more quick things. Number 1, when things calm down, consider getting my book, Angelic Attendants. You can get it off my site. You can get it at barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, any of those places, because it will give you a lot of information. It will also help comfort you, I believe. That's number 1. Number 2, as you go through this time, as you go through the funeral and all this other stuff that you're going through, and in the next several weeks, especially going through the holidays, I think you may find the holidays are a blessing because you're going to be busy with holiday stuff. But just remember that grief is like waves of the ocean. When the waves are out at sea, they're calm, and then they come crashing into the shore with a lot of force. So that would be like grief. Grief comes crashing in, and it hurts like crazy, Kim. But just remember, when you're in the middle of that, when it's hurting like crazy, remember it's going to recede like the waves of the ocean. All right? Eventually it's going to recede, and then it's going to come crashing back in. You're going to get another wave, and it's going to hurt like crazy. But if you can hang in there and you just remember, okay, this is going to recede like waves of the ocean. Just picture the waves of the ocean. The waves are going to come crashing in. That's going to be your grief. It's going to hurt like crazy, and then it's going to recede and go back out. And it's going to be calm for a while, and then it's going to come. Something else is going to give you a memory, or you're going to see somebody, especially over these next few days, that means a lot to you. Going to come crashing in. The grief's going to be intense. It's going to recede. And if you can just keep picturing that waves of the ocean thing, you're going to find over time it's really going to help you get through feeling these feelings, which is good. It's going to help you process the grief.
Okay.
So waves of the ocean. Waves of the ocean. Go get yourself an amaryllis when you have a minute.
I will. I will do that.
A red one. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hang in
Great.
there.
Thank you.
Sending you lots of
Thank
love.
you so much.
Okay. You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Well, God love her. Jeez Louise. That's a lot for anybody to go through. Holy moly. All right. Our next caller is, I believe, Michael. Hi, Michael.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay. I'm calling actually for myself. I've been feeling
Where
really
are you?
off.
Where are you?
I'm sorry. I'm in New York City.
Okay. Terrific.
Great. So the reason that I'm calling is because I've been feeling really off lately, and
Okay.
I went to the doctor, and he's given me one diagnosis, but I'm not sure that he's really on target with everything because I'm still feeling off.
Okay.
And I'm calling to see if you could help.
Sure. Let me, I'm going to get you on my radar, and then I'll just shoot energy through you, and I'll do a quick medical scan, and we'll see what comes up.
Okay, great.
All right. So you heard me, hopefully, talk to Kim. I'm going to raise my vibrational level. There's going to be a laser beam that's going to come from me here in Sweet Home, Alabama, darling, and it's going to come up to you in New York. New York City, right?
That's right.
Okay, so here it comes. That's more of a Texas thing than an Alabama thing, but here we go. I think that, when I hear that,
it works.
What was that for? Some barbecue sauce or something, that commercial?
Cranberry or something.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, those guys are standing in a thing full of cranberries, and they look at a bottle and they say, it's made in New York City.
Yeah, that's it. You're right. Oh, gosh. All right. You look like you got a viral infection, my man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get it down. What viral infections look like to me, Michael, is they look like this brown, watery energy that's over your whole body. So are you having aches and pains and like feeling low energy and feeling kind of spacey?
I'm feeling kind of low energy. Sometimes I feel really heavy. Sometimes I'm a little off balance.
Right. Yeah, you got a little virus thing going on. Actually, it's not that little. It's throughout your whole body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to force it out through the top of your head. So this would be healing that's happening, Michael. And what I do is I push it from your feet up through the top of your head, and it's like it just comes out through the top of your head, the energy. All right. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Okay. Have you heard of bone broth?
Bone broth, not really.
Bone broth is like the new age chicken noodle soup without the chicken and the noodles in it. It's just like chicken broth. But What they do is they'll take bones and they let them cook in water with some vegetables in them. A lot of times for 24 or 48 hours, and it pulls all the nutrients out of the bones. You can get organic bone broth in like a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's or someplace like that if you don't want to mess with making it. And then what they do is they strain all the vegetables and the bones and stuff out of it, and you just drink the broth. So I want you to drink that at least twice a day. Drink a cup of that, number one. The other big thing I want you to do, since this is viral, your immune system's got to deal with it, is I want you to go get some Ester C, Ester.
Right.
Like the woman's name, Esther, without the H. Go get some Ester C. Get 1,000 milligrams of Ester C. It comes in capsules, or if you can't find that, you should be able to find two. You can take 2 500 milligram capsules, but I want you to take 1,000 milligrams of Ester C, which is buffered, so it's not going to upset your stomach with all that acidity from the vitamin C. And with that, I want you to take 50 milligrams of zinc. You can get that in any store. Zinc.
Right.
Okay?
And this is just once a day?
3 times a day till you're better.
Okay.
And then I want you to do it once a day. It's a powerful, powerful immune booster.
Ester C.
Ester C and zinc. Whenever anybody that I love in my family or a friend or whatever is feeling punky, regardless of what's going on, even if they have a broken bone, I just am all over them about the Ester C and zinc. It just is an amazing healer. There's been all kinds of research done on it, to the point where when a patient in the hospital has sepsis, it's the leading cause of death at American hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
There's a doctor who's done a study recently in West Virginia, and what he's done is he's using vitamin C and zinc IVs, and out of his last 150 patients, he's only lost 2, when he normally would lose over 60% of them. Okay. Really powerful. So nothing critical. I think the bone broth is going to help you. I think the C and zinc is going to help you, and you're going to be just fine.
Great. Thank you so much.
You bet. Happy holidays. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. You too.
You bet. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, let's see who our next caller is. I believe it's Yvonne. Hi, Yvonne.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good. Where are you calling us from?
I live in Connecticut.
Terrific. Well, how may I help you this evening?
I've been dealing with some health issues for the past several months, and a friend of mine, who I think is a friend of yours, gave me your card, and she sent me a text message this evening and said, "Dial this number at 8 o'clock." So that's what I did.
Well, terrific. So you want me to do a medical scan on you here real quickly?
Would you please? Yeah.
Sure. Be happy to. Okay. So laser beam coming from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading up to you in Connecticut, and got you. All right. So what I'm doing, Yvonne, is I'm shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. This is what I just did with Michael, our last caller. And it's as if I'm looking at an X-ray machine or a CT scan or an MRI in my head. And that's how I can see medical conditions that are going on. You are full of yeast, honey. Yeast, full. Candida yeast. Are you familiar with that?
I've been reading a little bit about this lately.
Yeah, tons of it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this is going to be a quick healing, and so I'm going to blow it out. It looks like yeast powder that you get in those little envelopes, you know, if you're making bread. Or it even looks like flour, all-purpose white flour. And so I'm blowing it out of your system. And you have these little teeny lacerations in your intestines, in your intestinal wall. Okay. And your stomach's a little inflamed as well from it. And these yeasties, Yvonne, what they do is they release up to 100 known toxins, and it irritates the lining of the stomach and the intestines and the whole GI tract, a lot of times the esophagus as well. And our intestines only have lining that's only 1 cell thick, so it doesn't take a lot to irritate it and cause little tears in it. Okay. So what I'm watching happen is I'm watching all those little tears get repaired in your intestines right now. Imagine this long tube, and it's this really thin saran wrap material almost, and then it's got these little teeny tiny tears in it, like that would take a stitch or two to sew up. Okay, and so now what I'm watching is I'm watching an energetic cream that's a healing balm, BALM, that's being put all over your stomach and your intestines to help calm down the inflammation. So a couple of things for you. First of all, go to bulletproof.com/diet. Okay. And there's a free food chart there that you can see. You know, it's a free chart you can download and eat what's on there. Okay, that's number one. Number two, try and stay away from processed foods. Try and stay away your best from alcohol. I know we're going into the holidays, but wine and alcohol are just yeast cocktails. Okay, literally. They're going to irritate you. If you drink lemon in your water, squeeze lemon into your water. Never let anybody put a lemon slice in your water in a restaurant or anywhere. Because that peel on the lemon, Yvonne, is full of yeast. Okay, so you're just drinking a yeast cocktail. And you know, when you go to some fancy restaurants or spas or something, a lot of times they'll have a container of water and it's got all this fruit and, you know, cucumbers and all kinds of jazz. Never drink that, ever. Ever. Okay. It's full of yeast. So get plain water. Try and drink purified water as much as you can. The spring water, you know, that you get in the bottled water, that stuff's full of crunchies. It's like, don't drink that stuff. It's
I drink that all the time.
Yeah, drink something that's purified. Dasani, Aquafina, Nestle.
Okay.
Something that's purified. Or if it comes from Europe, like the Evian's okay, because it's coming from the Alps. But this spring water stuff here is just really causing problems for people GI-wise. And then the other thing is try and eat organic as much as you can, because the pesticides that are sprayed on our food, and a lot of our food's genetically modified now, GMO food, the pesticides are intended to kill bugs. So that stuff's on our food when we eat it, those chemicals, and it's killing off the good bugs in our stomachs.
Yeah.
And it's letting the yeast go wild. So if you can do those things, Google Candida yeast, and you'll get tons of information on it. But the good news is this is really easy to fix, and it's not going to cause any permanent damage for you. Okay,
great.
Okay.
Can I just ask you one quick question?
Sure.
When you were speaking with Michael a few minutes ago, and you were talking about the ester C and the zinc, and how that's so good for your immune system.
Right.
You said 1,000 milligrams of C. How much zinc should someone be taking?
50 milligrams of zinc.
50 milligrams. And is that something that a person could do sort of prophylactically, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or I do. At that level, is that just if you're sick?
3 times a day would be if you're sick. I take 1,000 milligrams of C and 50 of zinc every morning with my regular vitamins. And a quick fun story about that. I had the LASIK surgery done on my eyes, 17, 18 years ago, something like that, to correct my my vision for distance. And after 5 years, my right eye needed to be redone. So I went back to the ophthalmologist, the eye surgeon, and he said, "Do you by any chance take C and zinc?" And I said, "Yeah, every morning." And he said, "I don't want you to take it for 6 months after I redo this eye." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because when we do the LASIK surgery, we're causing a scar on the eyeball, and it changes how the light is refracted. And when you take that C and zinc, it makes your eyeball heal too quickly, and it doesn't affect how the light is refracted."
Oh, my goodness.
So I learned from personal experience I had to stay off of it for 6 months so my vision would stay right. Isn't that wild?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
I know.
But otherwise, as an immune booster, it's something
amazing.
that would be okay for me to do on a daily basis.
Absolutely. I've done it for years. Absolutely.
Okay.
And when you feel punky, just up it to 3 times a day.
Okay.
But be sure you take the ester C, because regular C is going to irritate your stomach because it's too acidic.
That's right. You said it should be buffered, correct?
Buffered. Yeah, and you can get the ester C at a lot of grocery stores. You can get it on Amazon. I know you can get it at Whole Foods, Sprouts. I haven't seen it at Trader Joe's. I haven't seen it at Target and those kind of places, but certainly you can get it on Amazon.
Well, wonderful. I thank you for your time.
I hope that helps. Oh, you are most welcome.
Very much.
Thanks for calling. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Same to you. Have a good evening.
Okay. You too. Bye-bye. All righty. We do this show every Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 712-770-4160. And the access code is 533-677-POUND, or hashtag if you're under, 30, I guess? I'm dating myself saying pound, the pound symbol. And you can find this call-in information a number of places. First of all, on my website, if you go to AskJulieRyan.com and you scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, you'll see all this call-in information. Secondly, wherever you download podcasts, in the show notes, I've got this information in there. Thirdly, if you sign up for my blog, which comes out every Thursday morning, and you can go on my website, AskJulieRyan.com. It'll say a thing, subscribe. You just put in your first name and your email address, and I send a question that has been submitted online out every Thursday morning and my answer to it. And all this call-in information is in the body of the email, so it acts kind of as a reminder if you want to call in and join us. And then the last place is I will post every show day on social media. And it'll say, okay, we're doing the show tonight, 8 Eastern. Here's the call-in numbers. So check you can follow me at Ask Julie Ryan on Instagram and also at Ask Julie Ryan on Facebook. And then you'll see those call-in numbers as well. So please consider calling in. Obviously, it's a lot of fun when we have a bunch of callers. So here's a woman, or let's do this one because it's a little shorter for time. This is from a guy in Columbus, Ohio, and his name's Peter. And he said, "Hi, Julie. I know this may be a question that does not have an answer at the moment, but I'm a sophomore at St. Charles Prep School in Bexley, Ohio, and I want to know if I will graduate from there. Thank you." Now, a little bit of background. St. Charles in Columbus, Ohio, where I grew up, is an all-boys Catholic prep school, and it's the number one school academically in the state of Ohio. So when I got this from this guy, I thought, this kid, he's a sophomore at St. Charles, I thought, well, he's struggling grade-wise because it's really hard academically. I know that. And so here's my answer, and then I'll fill in some blanks, too, afterwards. I don't know this person, but I was tickled when he sent the question in. My response was, "Hi, Peter. At this moment in time, I get you will graduate from St. Charles. Now, keep in mind there are many variables that can change that outcome, but right now, I believe you will." And then I went on to say, St. Charles is a special place, and I know it well. My dad, uncle, brothers, cousins, and nephews all graduated from there, and I was in plays and went to all the football and basketball games when I was at Watterson. So Watterson was a co-ed Catholic high school, also in Columbus, but this was the creme of the creme, academically, went to St. Charles of guys, of boys, because it's an all-boys school. I went on to say, in fact, my late mother and brother Jay were longtime board members there, and my nephew Mike Ryan is currently a teacher and basketball coach there. Now, my mother, talk about empowering women, my mother was the first female board member at this 100-year-old all-male school. And I think she got on the board probably in the mid-'70s and was on it for 20-some years. And then my brother Jay took her position when she retired. So that was pretty amazing back when, we women were just starting to come into the workforce with any numbers. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then I closed it by saying, I suggest asking my nephew Mike Ryan for assistance if you need it. Tell him his godmother, that's me, I'm his godmother and his aunt, suggested you talk with him. He's very kind and will do all he can to help you. Good luck. So, Peter, go for it. Talk to Michael. Graduate from St. Charles. That's quite an accomplishment when you do that, and college is going to be really easy when you graduate from St. Charles. So good luck with that. Okay, let's see. Our next caller, I believe, is Alan. Hi, Alan, are you there? Hi. Hello, 435 area code.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi, my name's Erica.
Hi, Erica. It said Alan on my screen, so maybe that's someone you know.
It is. Yeah, that's my fiance. So weird. Okay, but I listened right up. So, yay. I'm so happy you took my call.
Yeah, where are you calling us from?
Utah, St. George, Utah.
Oh, perfect. Well, how may I help you?
Okay, I've talked to you before.
Okay.
And I have kind of a mystery illness. I'm not feeling so good.
Oh.
I'm having stomach pain. I have a suspicion of what I think it is. But okay. I'm wondering if you could scan me.
Sure.
Let's see what's going on.
Sure. Here comes my laser beam. Coming out to find you in St. George, which is kind of deserty, I would say, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, it is, yes.
Okay. All right. Shooting.
Close to Vegas.
Well, first of all, you look exhausted, like exhausted, as if you're a lamp and you're running on about a 20-watt light bulb instead of a 200-watt light bulb.
Okay.
So let me shoot some energy through you first and see if I can get you to light up. Are you feeling exhausted?
Yeah, it hurts to walk, because my stomach hurts.
Okay. Okay.
I thought I had the flu earlier this week, but it wasn't.
Okay. So what I'm getting is just, it's like I'm trying to look at an X-ray and the bulb is about a 5-watt light bulb. So I'm just continuing to shoot energy through you to see if I can see what's lighting up. And it's like, I know you've seen in movies that Nicolas Cage movie about they're in caves and stuff and they're finding buried treasure, American something or other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it. It's great. It's like
National Treasure or something.
National Treasure, that's it. And they've got a light and they're in this dark cave and there's this little light going through. That's what it looks like in your body to me. So I'm having, for some reason, you're not taking a charge at the moment to illuminate your system, which just means that we're going to need more time to spend on it. So I'm sorry I'm not. Well, let me ask some questions and see.
Okay, maybe could I ask you, a week ago I had my filling, a metal filling removed to get a crown. Am I having any effects from that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So what I'm seeing is little rays of light kind of going through the darkness, and that would make sense if that was an amalgam filling, because I'm sure it had mercury in it, as they all do. Mm-hmm. And God only knows what else. I had all mine removed probably, I don't know, going on 20 years ago. And but you got to really be with somebody that knows what the heck they're doing to contain all of that vapor that they get when you're removing it. Mm-hmm. So what I'm getting is you are having it. So here's what I want you to do in the meantime, and I want you to consider scheduling a private consult with me. You can do one off my website, AskJulieRyan.com, Erica.
Okay.
Just because that'll give us more time for me to do a deep dive and find out what all's going on. But what you can do in the meantime is I want you to Google heavy metal cleanse.
Okay.
Foods that will help cleanse heavy metals out of a system. I know any kind of cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, that kind of stuff will help. Wild organic blueberries, you can get them frozen at Costco and in the grocery stores, that kind of stuff. That's going to help you as well. Tons of water, obviously. I would do the vitamin C and zinc thing that I just talked to Yvonne and Michael about. I would really bone up on that.
Okay, I've been doing cardio C, but not the zinc. I don't.
Okay, so you want to do 1,000 milligrams of a buffered C. I like the ester C. 1,000 milligrams of ester C and 50 of zinc 3 times a day till you feel like you're getting your energy back. Okay,
1,000 and
1,000 of C,
50
ester C, and 50 of zinc.
50.
But
3 times.
Be sure it's buffered C.
Okay.
Okay. And like you hopefully heard me say to Michael and Yvonne, this ester C works great.
I did hear all that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so get some of that, and then I would just pound. I would be eating organic wild blueberries at least twice a day, maybe for breakfast and for dessert. Okay. And I would be eating broccoli and cauliflower and that kind of stuff at least twice a day as well.
Okay.
And that's going to help your body detox. Now, some people will say you need to go get chelated, which means that they run IVs through your blood and stuff. IVs. I've read some stuff recently that say that some of the new research coming out says that it's just too hard for the body to process that stuff. It comes out too fast.
Okay.
So before you agree to do that, do your research on it. If somebody talks to you about that, I'd rather you do it with food because food is medicine. Yeah, I'd rather you do it with food.
Okay.
And by the way, you can get riced cauliflower now that's frozen.
Oh.
Have you seen that?
I've seen it, and I don't know how to use it. I just saw it in the grocery store.
You use it like rice. You just heat it up in the microwave or on your stovetop, and then you put whatever on top of it and use it in place of rice. It's amazing, the consistency of it. I eat it all the time. And you can get organic frozen riced cauliflower at a lot of places. A lot of places are starting to stock it now. But be sure and eat as much organic as you can, especially as you're detoxing, because there are heavy metals in the pesticides that sprayed on our crops.
Can you tell me how long you think it's going to take me to detox?
I get a week. A week.
Oh, good. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be fast. And again, consider scheduling a private session with me. Go on my website, pick a date and time, because I can help you move it out faster. And let's see be sure there isn't anything else going on.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks for calling in.
Appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Okay, I believe our next caller is Susie. Hi, Suze.
Oh, thank you so much for taking my call. I'm calling this week about. I'm doing okay. I love your show so much, and I love my kitty Coco so much. And for the first time, she now has a health issue. She's only 4, and I've always thought that she was so healthy because I shower so much love on her. And now she just had blood. She went into the shower and she tried to go to the bathroom, pee, and it was blood. And I took her to the doctor. Yes, I took her yesterday, and he said that he did a test, and today he called and said she does not have an infection. And right away he said, it's stress. He said, what's happening in the home? And I said, well, we did go on a 5-day trip. We came back the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and then we had some different gifts in the house. My son came home, his girlfriend, and so I don't know what exactly is causing all her stress, but he said that he all of a sudden, he said there's nothing that he can suggest other than have her take an antidepressant for the rest of her life, and to start eating the royal cane and urinary tract food, wet food. She's always had grain-free dry food. So anyway, I didn't know what else to do. He said that one potential would be to take an X-ray, spend $155 to get an X-ray to check and make sure it's not bladder stones. So I really am grateful you took the call.
Yeah, it's interesting you said bladder stones, because I got kidney stones when you were telling me about it. She passed a stone. Really? I think she passed a kidney stone. So it's interesting that
she had a very high red blood cell count, he said, in her urine. So when he did the test, the lab work. So I don't know what that means. So going forward, do you think we don't need to be concerned about doing the X-rays to test her?
Let me get her on my radar and let me take a look at her and see what I see. But when I mentioned, when you were talking, she passed a kidney stone. Because she's okay when she goes to the bathroom now? She's not peeing blood anymore?
I don't know, because I've asked her if she can show me by going in the shower again, but she likes to go outside sometimes, and he said, go ahead and let her out because it stresses her. He's trying to ask me to decrease her stress, and so I'm trying to figure out, how do I decrease her stress? So she's been outside, so she hasn't shown me yet whether she still has it, but he thought she would still.
All right, so I'm connecting
right
to you. Susie, I'm connecting to you. Tell everybody where you're calling us from.
The San Francisco Bay Area.
All right. So laser beam, got you. All right. Got Coco. Okay. Well, she's been stressed because she's been in pain.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So did you pass a kidney stone? Did you pass a kidney, what we would call in humans a kidney stone? Yes. When I said, Susie, okay, this is how literal animals are when I scan them. I said, did you pass a kidney stone? Well, that's what we call them in humans. They're probably called something else in animals. And then I said, did you pass the equivalent of what we would call a kidney stone? And she said, yes.
So, wow.
Funny. Did you pass what the vet would call a bladder stone? Yes. Is that different from a kidney stone? She's saying not really. Okay. So do some research on that, Susie, and see.
Okay.
So are you stressed? She goes, just because I've been in pain is what she's saying. Yeah, pain will stress you out. I said, were you upset when they were gone? She said, well, I didn't like it. So were you stressed out? She said not necessarily. She prefers it when you guys are home.
Mhm.
Were you in stress with the company? She said yes, but I think the stress thing with animals is the same with humans. When you hear that from doctors, most of the time it means they don't know. And so they say it's stress. Most of the time it's, because they're not going to say, well, I don't really know. But that's, I think, what's going on. All right, so let me get her on my radar and see. Yeah, she's got her little equivalent of what a urethra would be in a human, where the urine comes out of her body, is all irritated and is raw. So let me do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on healing that up for her. I'm watching this energetic balm get put on her down. So it's through her urinary tract, basically, is really raw. And I think it was from this stone that she passed. So this, you've heard me talk about this before, Susie. It's this really thick white cream that I mentioned before with Yvonne, with the yeast. It just is like if you go and you get a jar of that old-fashioned Nivea cream in those navy blue jars, that thick white cream that you put it on your skin, it feels cold. That's what this energetic healing cream for humans and animals I see all the time. So that's being administered all over her urinary tract. Let me go back up and see. So she's telling me that the reason why they're forming was she's not drinking as much fluids as she needs to. Have you noticed that her water consumption is off?
No, we've seen her drink some fluids, but we hadn't been able to tell. So, because she drinks out of the same water as the dog, so and we give her separate water, but she likes to use that water thing. So, do you think we should be buying her that special Royal Canin food, or just regular wet food, or?
So let me ask her. Do you want to eat the fancy food? No. She said no. It doesn't taste good.
Yeah, she's only had it yesterday. She never has it before.
She doesn't really like it that much. Okay, you're going to love this. She says she wants to eat Friskies.
Oh, really? Well, I do have Friskies, so okay.
That's what she wants to eat. She wants to eat Friskies. And do you want your own water bowl? No. Why haven't you been drinking as much water? Because she hasn't felt good, I think. I think it was kind of a catch-22. She didn't feel good, so she didn't feel like drinking, and that exacerbated the problem with the stones. What else can they do for you? Let me outside. She likes to go outside, apparently.
Yeah, she does. I just get concerned. I don't want her walking in the street like she does. I love her so much. I don't want her hit by a car,
Yeah, or getting picked up by an owl or a coyote or something.
Yeah. I want her to be safe.
She's telling me she's not worried about that because she's really fast. She's really fast?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. That's cute.
Does she move fast? Okay. So she's showing me how she can run up a tree really fast. She's showing me a picture of that, and I go, yeah, well, owls can fly. So, and, it's nothing for a big old owl to come pick up a cat and carry it off. That's not...
Right, I wish she'd stay inside, but...
It's not that uncommon. Okay, any other questions for her?
Well, just does she... does she? I assume she does not want to take the antidepressant that he's recommending, or should I not bother subjecting her to X-rays?
She doesn't need the antibiotic. I said, or the antidepressant. I said, do you want to take the antidepressant? She said, it's not needed. I don't need it.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
And the X-rays, she doesn't need the X-rays to test for more bladder stones?
Is it in Coco the cat's best interest to have X-rays for more bladder? She's saying no before the question's even out.
Oh, okay. Okay, so just try to get her to drink more water.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, kind of monitor that some, Suze. The other thing is just monitor her, and if you're seeing more of it, I would probably go take her for an X-ray anyway. She don't want to mess with it, but. When I ask, is it in Coco the cat's best interest to get X-rays for bladder stones, I get a yes. even though she doesn't want to go.
Okay.
Is there something that can be done for them? Yes, they can dissolve them. And I don't know how they do that with cats. With humans, they can do a lithotripsy where they put them in water and then they pound them with sound waves, and it breaks them up. And there are also in humans, there are laser procedures that they can go in through the urethra and zap them and laser them and bust them up too. I don't know what they're doing with cats. My son got engaged last week, and
exciting.
his fiance's in her third year of vet school. So I'll ask her. I'll ask Mallory, my future daughter-in-law, and ask her what they do for cats with bladder stones. See what I can find out. So,
okay, well, thank you so much. I so appreciate you taking my call.
You bet. You bet. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it was nice. Just like I say, a little hectic. But, is there anything else that she says I could do to decrease her stress in the house?
She's telling me she's not stressed. She said the only reason she was stressed was because she was in pain. She was trying to pass a stone. It's kind of like you're in awful pain when you're in labor delivering a baby, and you're stressed because it hurts so badly. And then when the baby's out, it doesn't hurt anymore, so you're not stressed right away.
Yeah,
anyway.
Okay.
So,
well, that's such great news. Well, thank you so much, Julie. Bless you.
Bless you, too. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye,
Take care. Have a great week. Thanks so much.
You too.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, hopefully Miss Coco the cat will be better. So we are out of time, everybody. But follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, both at Ask Julie Ryan. Send your questions online. So you can submit them on the site on AskJulieRyan.com and download the podcast. By the way, the podcasts have been kind of messed up in the past week because our distributor apparently got some kind of funky virus in his system, and so something happened with the RSS feeds, but they should be up within the next day or so, and all the past ones are up too. So call us next week, and in the meantime, I hope you have a terrific weekend. Go Buckeyes, go Ohio State, beat Wisconsin this weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye now.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Twitter at AskJulieRyan and like her on Facebook at AskJulieRyan. For information on how you can ask Julie your question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.